I got my venomous permits and my crocodilian permits around like 1920.
Okay.
And I would have gotten them at 18, but my mom, I was living with her at the time. This is my mom's house. I told her, I'm like, let me just get the permits. I won't get any animals. I just need my permits, so I have my permits. And then she's just like, no, I don't trust you. You're still gonna get animals. I'm like, I swear, what's wrong with having a king cobra or a crocodile? Come on. So when I turned yeah, like when I was like 19 or so, I moved to a guy's house like across the city or whatever, and I was renting out a room, and then I used the next room next to me for my first ever venomous room. And man, it's been definitely a journey from there to now.
Now, as far as your like passion and love for venomous, like when did it get to the extreme? I mean, I don't want to say extreme, but like to me, like
I've always been doing dangerous stuff. Sorry to cut you off, but
yeah, you're good.
It's always been like wild. Like that's the thing. People sometimes think you do it for views, or you're trying to get attention, trying to get likes on Instagram or whatever. No, I do what I do on and off camera. Like this is not for attention. This is how I handle animals. This is how I've always done it. Ever since I was a little kid, dealing with water moccasins, diamondback rattlesnakes out in the Everglades, I've always been the same. I read out the animal's body language. I use sticks, but also in some situations, I use my hands. It's not for everyone, and I always say that in the beginning of every video, whether it's with the warning or it's with me verbally saying, hey, I put a lot of attention into what I do. This is not to be replicated. Safety is the biggest thing. These animals will put you in a coffin.
Dude. Really, like it's such a like, but then you gotta understand, bro, there's people like your homie who just don't give a fuck about getting put into a coffin. You know what I mean? Like, which is nuts. That's a whole nother fucking nubby, bro.
Tyler, Justin? No, dude, Tyler doesn't.
Tyler, I mean, but okay, but like, okay,
Tyler.
Okay, please explain this then. I'm listening. I love Tyler. That's my boy. Just say it. But I think he almost admitted this, but let's go ahead. I want to hear from you.
Tyler does not have a death wish. Okay. I do not have a death wish. We love these animals, and we've been working with them since we were little kids. Tyler grew up working at different reptile shops like Underground Reptiles, where he was exposed to crazy exotic animals, and also he was around some of the gnarliest snake handlers in Florida growing up. So yeah, he might come off as a gnarly, but hey, I'm pretty gnarly too, so I can't say too much, you know. But everyone's got their different style. Everyone's got their different way of doing things. I grew up working at wildlife parks and whatnot, so I'm used to presenting to the public. And Tyler's just been like a gnarly dude his whole life. Yeah. He's a rock star, badass tattoo artist, and he's been in the venomous world, in the reptile world, but he's also had one foot in the tattoo world. So he's a rock star, dude. He does what he believes in, and if he's comfortable to do something, he'll do it. I don't know if you saw some of the last videos he put out, but he talks about how quarantine happened, or he had a quarantine himself because he had COVID, and nobody was there to spot him for venomous. So he wasn't messing with the venomous. He wasn't doing anything crazy. He knows it's not worth the risk. He's almost died from a king cobra bite. Yeah. He knows what to do and what not to do, and with his past experiences, he knows what he needs to do.
Can I say something? You know, he was free handling cobras on the channel when he had COVID.
Oh yeah,
with nobody there.
Oh really? Oh, well, never mind. All right.
I love you're writing for your boy, which is respect. But I'm just saying,
I thought you didn't do it,
bro. He is nuts. He's nuts. But you got to understand that
you were there. You were there. That's not true.
Yeah, I was there to go out.
You could have made a phone call to Venom One.
And I would have been high fiving him. I'm gonna miss you, dog. Fuck, it's terrible.
I'm gonna put a tourniquet on you.
Can you shout me out one more time before you dip? Just kidding.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I didn't know that. But Tyler's Tyler.
That's what I'm saying.
What he wants to do. He's a grown ass man. And
there's a lot of people like that. I don't mean to keep cutting you off, dude. But what I'm trying to say is there's so many people who are just living their life, and that's what's going to be hard to do. Is you can't stop people from being adults. Like, you know, like freestyle motocrosses, bro. Motherfuckers doing double backflips. Like, hello, like really? You're gonna do that? And they keep coming with more and more tricks, bro. Motherfuckers are paralyzed, dead. Like, bro, you know what I mean? But they're still doing it, and they call those motherfuckers having a death wish. It's just kind of like you do what you love, but it comes with a price. It comes with a heavy price, bro. Like a heavy price. You know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like I definitely feel like your mentality is where it should be because of your audience. Like this is the kind of message you want to give, because that dude, like people want to understand that you are literally like Chandler. You're not literally, not everyone's a Chandler. Like you were brought up differently. You were brought up fucking, at the level of animals that not a lot of people were around. Like that's why it's
Yeah.
like you can never teach that. You can never like. That's why like it's good that you say don't be me. Like don't do what I do.
Be
Because
better than me. That's what I try to tell people. Be better than me. I don't have a degree in biology. And people out there who say, how can I be like you? Where did you go to school for this? No, I went to school to become a firefighter because I thought that the only
respect.
way I could afford my dreams of doing a wildlife park was to be a firefighter working 9 days a month and having my free time and money to put towards the wildlife facility. And then in between EMT and paramedic school, because I already became a certified firefighter and took blood, sweat, and tears. I became a certified EMT. And then right before jumping into paramedic school, which would have taken a year of my life in between clinicals, labs, and in class, like it just absorbs your life. You don't have free time. I wouldn't be able to do anything else. And in between EMT and paramedic, I took the leap of doing my YouTube channel, and it picked up, and it
That's
flew
good.
off, and I was blessed. Why the hell was I talking about that? How did I lead into that?
Venomous. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I forgot why I was talking about that.
We were talking about Venomous. We were talking about like something about we were on the Venomous topic, and you're calculating. No, either way, listen. Wait, now what were we just talking about? Because now I was trying to remember what the fuck you were trying to. Dude, chill,
What are
bro.
you talking about?
You need to chill. No,
You
okay.
need to chill.
So, okay, before we kind of get off the topic, even though we'll get back on the topic with YouTube, right? I do want to say though, what's the biggest challenge of still building a bigger following than what you have now? Like, because obviously there's people who have like 2, 3, 4 million subscribers, which I think is insane. But obviously there's no like sky's the limit for you, right? There's no roof over your head, right? So you're trying to take this shit to the top. But do you feel like you hit like almost a wall sometimes, and you're just like, well, fuck, I just stopped growing a little bit? Or
Oh yeah, this past year's been pretty slow. I haven't been able to do anything new because of COVID. I haven't been able to travel. I haven't been able to do my expansion of my property because I haven't been able to get a property until just now. So,
okay,
going into this year, I'll be able to film way more. Over the past 2.5 years, I've had the ability to do so little content that I really want to do, which is like croc stuff, herping in remote areas and remotes, going to Central America, South America, Asia, Africa, Papua New Guinea, Venezuela. So many different places that I want to. There's so many places that I want to go to and see wildlife and film it and film just the wildlife, the culture, the nature, everything about it. But I haven't been able to do it. So hopefully into this next year, not hopefully, it's going to happen. Into this next year, I'll be able to film all the crazy stuff happening at my facility, getting my big crocodiles, setting up giant enclosures, giant walk-in king cobra enclosures, giant walk-in crocodile monitor enclosures,
wow,
huge ponds full of exotic fish and endangered turtles, like so much cool stuff. And then on top of that, after I have my base camp set up, now I can travel once I don't know, either I get a vaccine or once I know that quarantine's not too crazy in other countries, I'll start
right.
traveling and doing remotes again. That's what I want to do. That's what I love. That's what I was doing before COVID happened. Like I was getting back from Australia as COVID was breaking out. I went. My boots, the rubber in between the boot had broken off. My sock and foot was going through. I had to throw away my boots in Australia at the last part of my trip. Bought
Wow.
some ratchet sandals. The sandals were messing up my feet and they broke. So I had to walk barefoot in the Perth airport in Australia. I had to walk barefoot with a Crocodile Dundee hat and a didgeridoo and a tank top. Go all the way to Sydney Airport, walk through that airport barefoot without trying to get noticed. And then I made it all the way to Texas in America. And
Wow.
then I was there walking barefoot with my didgeridoo. People are looking at me weird with my cowboy hat. And then I was about to go on the
Is that the
plane.
hat? Is that the hat?
Yeah, that's and you can see the scratch marks from the frill dragon that bit into my hat, that also bit into my finger on that trip. Good times. That's Jack, my Bell's Phase lace monitor. He's a beast. I love him. Look at him. He's like a velociraptor. But yeah, and then when I got on, I was about to get on the plane. The stewardess, he was like, "Hey, you can't get onto the plane without shoes. What are you doing, man?" And then I'm like, "Dude, I just got back from Australia. I'm tired. I'm skinny. I got cuts all over me. I need to get home. Please don't do this to me." He's like, "You can't get on the plane with no shoes." He's like, "What if there's broken glass or needles on the floor?" I'm like, "Why would there be broken glass or needles on the floor? It's a plane." And then he's just like, "Fair point." And he finally let me on. And then I was asking if I could. I was like sitting with my didgeridoo. I'm like, can I have my didgeridoo out? And he's like, no, you're pushing it. Put your didgeridoo up in the thing. And I'm like, all right.
Well, you
You know what I'm
want
talking about, right? The big flute that the Aboriginals use. It's carved out